Welcome to another episode of Reese's Reviews for mygeekculture.com.au. My name is Matt, and joining me on this episode while he adjusts himself in the seat is Reece. I like to eat popcorn, Cashel. How are you, mate?
How you doing, Matty? Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode. It feels good to be back on the podcast with you, mate.
And if you want to see something really cool, stuff that doesn't make the podcast, but we do video stuff as well on the My Geek Culture YouTube channel, you can see. Well, actually, what did you do on the weekend, Reece? You actually surprised me with it.
Yeah.
And then, it's an exclusive for My Geek Culture, just a little cutie thing.
Every once in a while, I'm going to do kind of treat our audience and put things on different avenues. So after going through Domestic Street with yourself and then going into Stranger Things, why not try and experiment a bit more? And I went to a local cinema up in the mountains on the weekend.
Local being for where Reece lives. You don't have to say the suburb, but in the Western Sydney area, and he went a bit further out.
Yeah.
Further out west, and it was quite a cute little cinema complex.
It was. It gave me very much a lot of 90s vibes, where it's like this...
90s? I would have gone like 80s or 70s vibes with a bit of the interior of the decor being very...
Maybe. I just think
Art Deco, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, I just felt like it was very much back in time, very much a local run cinema. You can tell the demographic is definitely set for a certain because everyone mature audiences and things like that. So I just fell in love with that little cinema. Like I said, if you go over to our YouTube channel, it's not a cinema that you can go and see massive big blockbusters. But if you want to like a niche, like sort of cute little cinema where you can watch a drama or a comedy, the atmosphere is great. It is nice little niche kind of. It looks like it's run very well and locally, and you feel like you're stepping into a bit of a filmography history as well.
And also, if you watch it, you also get Reece's review on Hamnet.
Yes. Yeah. The film we saw was Hamnet, which was the new film by Chloe Zhao. Pretty much it is based off a book.
Stop! Just wait for people to watch the YouTube video.
Yes. Okay. I can't get it. But everyone who knows that, I'm not going to go into much about it anyway. I wasn't going to do that.
We'll provide the link in the show notes of this episode.
Yes, we will. But yeah, if you're interested in the movie Hamnet and by Chloe Zhao and you're interested in my 2 cents about the film, go over to My Geek Culture on the YouTube channel and check it out.
And also see Reece show various it's a scenery around that area, just like the toilets.
Yeah, well, I was mentioning toilets, but it was more about the fact that they've actually got like
classic stuff,
legends in film, like Humphrey Bogart or Audrey Hepburn on the doors. So I thought that was kind of cool.
All right, let's get into this episode, and straight up. Entertainment Honourable Mentions. And before you get into it, I just want to check on one thing. Yes. Still going.
Do you actually have the time up, or are you just using a soundboard?
Don't know what you're talking about. All right. It's over to you, Reece.
Yes. So we have a kind of good episode for you today. We have a few entertainment honourable mentions.
As opposed to a shit one?
Oh, shut up. No. Our episodes are always great when it comes to us too, but it's a bit of a change of pace. Like when we finished off our lists like we have done for the last 3 weeks, 3 episodes. Now we're getting back into the normal grind of things. So we're going to give you some entertainment honourable mentions right now and then finish off things with a review. So I've got a few entertainment honourable mentions, and these are the 3 that jumped out at me that I think interest me the most, and I'm interested in talking about, and maybe getting your 2 cents on the thoughts as well.
Bring it.
The first one is going on pretty much what is in relation to the next addition to Disney's live actions, and this one is about. It's taken a while to get this film into production and into the castings, but it's finally here, and this is up in my top 3 favorite of Disney animations.
Top 3?
Yeah, and it's Tangled. I loved Tangled. I loved the story. I loved the comedy of it, how it's all brought together. The voice acting of Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi were perfect. It's just I just that film has got so much rewatchability that I just love it so much. And of course, with everything going on with all the live action remakes, Tangled is next on the agenda. And they, as of recording of this podcast, this was released last week. So I'm a little bit behind the schedule, but they've officially announced the castings of Rapunzel and the swashbuckling thief that is Flynn Rider. So we have an Aussie taking on the lead of Rapunzel in Tegan Croft. Anyone who doesn't recognize that name, if anyone was watching the Titans series on Netflix, which is the DC series, she was in that. I think she played Raven from memory. And then we've got the gentleman playing Flynn Rider is Milo Manheim, who I recently actually on this podcast reviewed one of his films, which was The Zombies 4. So he's one of the lead co-stars in the Zombies franchise. So he the charisma that Milo has, from what I've seen as he goes along within the Zombies franchise, I can see why they picked him to be Flynn. He's got a great voice. He's got a very physical presence when it comes to his choreography and know how to dance, and his acting chops is there. Like I've finished watching the Zombies franchise, but now started watching another series that he's doing for Paramount Plus called School Spirits, which is in that as well. So I'm really intrigued about where they're going with this. But there's another reason why I'm equally excited for this film, and that is who they've chosen to direct it.
Oh,
Yes. So this was reported back in December of 2024 and it's now been officially done as well. So Michael Gracie has been picked to direct the film. Anyone who doesn't know who he is, he recently directed The Greatest Showman and Robbie Williams' biopic, um, Better Man. So the fact that you've got him at the helm, I am so excited to see what he does. Michael Gracie has proven himself to be a very visual storyteller, and he knows how to craft a musical scene and a musical epic as well. So I'm just cannot wait. I got some high expectations seeing how much I love the animation, but in all remakes, even if they do screw up the remake, I still got the original there for me to come home to. But I have all the faith in the world in Michael Gracie and the team. The live action remakes haven't always have very much been more failed than hit. I personally have not seen the Cinderella, which kicked everything off, but my still one of my favorites. I enjoyed Beauty and the Beast, even though some people didn't. I quite enjoyed it.
hmm.
I loved Aladdin, done by Guy Ritchie. I thought that was very well made. Just trying to think of anyone else that I actually quite enjoyed, which I don't think I did. I don't think I've enjoyed much of the other live
Mate,
action remakes, but
you don't. There's not really a bad bone in you when it comes to those live action remakes.
no, that's the thing. I hated Snow White. I did not
Oh,
like Lion King. I didn't mind Mufasa, like the prequel. I didn't mind it. Um, just trying to think. I didn't. I enjoyed Mulan for what it was because I watched Mulan before I seen the Disney. So I can understand when people didn't like Mulan when they compared it to the original. But outside of that, I'm really looking forward to this. They're supposed to go. They're supposed to go into production sometime this this year, actually, I think. So with a 2027 release. So that is the first of our Entertainment Honourable Mentions, and that is Tangled. Now, I probably know the answer to this question, but what did you think about this news, and what's your opinion about them making Tangled into a live action?
you know what? It's more or less the. It's like I don't really care, only because Disney is just like going through their IP and saying, "Hey, what animated series can we turn into live action now that we've got the technology to do so?" That's what it feels like. like kind of like the Moanas and Lion King. Well, even though that was
that's still animated.
Yeah, but it's kind of
photorealistic animation.
Yeah, but just because they can doesn't mean they should.
Yeah, I understand where the mentality
like
was.
Aladdin was one of them, which I'm like, even though I saw that one, I'm just like, okay, it's okay. Like, it turned out good, but you didn't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It's just like I understood, but I also understood where they were coming from. That they wanted to give it a different interpretation to the story that everyone knows.
How about they do
long.
like a live action, like go more difficult, hardcore, like something which, like do a live action Mickey Mouse. Like I'm talking, like seriously, like if they can do shit like other studios can do something like Garfield or Alvin and the Chipmunks or whatever. Do one for Mickey Mouse. Do one for Donald Duck. Like,
do they have an audience though? Like the live like these animation classics?
Well, they've got the money to do so. They've got their IP, and now the fact that everything's basically being, they've aged out the whole of their IP because of public domain stuff. So it's like, we'll do something about it. So
yeah, I can. Yeah, to an extent, I understand it.
Bring the audience. Like, while you got the audience now of everything, it's like, show what. Like, everyone goes to Disney World or Disneyland. Where's the years? Okay, the audience is there. It's always the years. Everyone knows Mickey Mouse. Make something live action for Mickey Mouse.
They never will. He's iconic in the animation style. They won't do it. Like the same thing. Like they won't.
Tom and Jerry. They did Tom and Jerry live action. Like, if the fact that with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the whole combination of, do another one of those where they just, if anything.
So from what I understand,
they did Chip and Dale. If they do one like that for Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, I reckon they're onto something.
Yeah, but they won't have the audience for it.
You don't know that. So they did Chip and Dale. They did Chip and fucking Dale.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So in regards to your question, yeah, I don't really care because to me, it's just like another, because we've got the technology to do it, let's just do it. That's how I feel.
I understand that. Okay, I can understand where you're coming from. It's just I had the same mentality for some of the live actions, but when it comes to this one, I think it's the way the story is, I think it could be very well adapted. It's one of those things that you can adapt it very well for live action, which I am very interested to see. So that is live action Tangle. So please let us know in the comments what you think about for our audience, what you think about the casting of Tegan and Milo for Rapunzel and Flynn Rider.
If they want to do more IP stuff, like do another DuckTales. Like, I know they did the animated reboot, but do live action DuckTales. Do a live action Tailspin. Oh, do a live action Darkwing Duck. Come on, let's get dangerous. Gargoyles. Gummy
Gargoyles
bears
is coming.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Don't know if it's live action, but I know a series is in the works.
There is. I know. But I was just rattling off 90s animation.
I'm still waiting for my authentic Dragon Ball movie, so I don't know if that would ever happen. But yeah, audience, please let us know what you think in the comments in our YouTube channel, in the show on your podcast, about what you think about this news.
Yep.
Going on to my next one is staying within the realm of genre and getting another live action. I wouldn't say this is a live action of animated, but it's a live action from a source material of a video game. We've had this character with us since the 90s. We've had a few adaptations into film, and now we're getting a TV series of live action based off a very, I wouldn't say important, but a very popular video game character, and that is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. We're getting another adaptation done, and this one is starring Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. Now, what they pretty much listed in the Hollywood Reporter is that they have officially started production, and they released a first official photo of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Now, this has been the production is being done by Amazon, by Prime Video, with season 1 in production already on the way. The series also stars Sigourney Weaver, Jason Isaac, Bill Patterson, Julian Motmard, and August Winkenstein. I'm not too sure who August Winkenstein is, but the series is also going to be created by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who's also being a writer and executive producer and co-showrunner alongside Chad Hodge. So this is all coming from Amazon. The photo I've seen, I'm looking at it right now. You can tell that she's been working out. And the good thing about, I think, the photo is that Lara Croft isn't supposed to be like a bodybuilder. She's supposed to be thin, but she has to be a little bit of tone because the way that
slim in tone, because
Yes.
you got to feel slide in the cracks and be athletic.
Yes,
Just basically like gymnastic type, toned and
Have you seen the photo of?
Yep, I've seen him, and she's going to rock it.
You think so? Yeah, I don't think outside when it comes to Sophie Turner, I don't think outside of Game of Thrones, she's shown the vastness of her acting prowess yet. Chops. But at the same time, I have all the faith in the world in Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I have faith that they with all the actresses they would have screened and would have auditioned for this role, that she brought something to the table that wowed them. So I have faith in that, and even though I haven't seen her do fantastic work outside of Game of Thrones, I am still excited to see what she brings, and I would want my expectations to be wowed. I want to go. I want to say my expectation is high for this series. I'm still intrigued about it. I love the creative team behind it, and I'm interested to see how Sophie Turner brings this character to a new life. Because
do you think that she'll bring elements of Jean Grey into it? I've broken him, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I have broken him.
You broke me. I don't know. No. I have faith that she'll be able to, with the direction and the creative people behind it, bring something brand new. Because even though I enjoyed the Angelina Jolie, I actually quite enjoyed the Alicia Vikander one they made quite a few years ago. And I was really sad to see that they weren't going to continue that franchise, because I really wanted to see another installment with Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft. I really enjoyed it because I played when they rebooted the game of Tomb Raider in the 2017 18 or something like that, and they adapted that movie kind of off that reboot. I thought she looked the part brilliantly. She looked like Lara Croft from the game. She moved like it. She played it like it. It was fantastic to watch, and I'm kind of upset that I couldn't get to see more of it. But things change, regimes change, and a new interpretation is needed. So the fact that they're going to put this into a series and stretch it out over maybe about 7 to 8 hours, hopefully over a good amount of episodes, I'm intrigued and pretty much getting too excited to see. Like, I've got this first image in front of me, which I'm intrigued about. But once we get into once they finish production and maybe get some of the marketing, maybe at the end of this year or beginning of next year, we'll see what has happened with that. So
cool. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I was going to say, what's your experience and your history with Tomb Raider and Lara Croft?
I used to play Tomb Raider on PlayStation back in the day.
Oh, those old graphics.
Yeah. And so while I'm an old school Tomb Raider player, and I had seen the Angelina Jolie film.
And James Bond. Daniel Craig's in the first one.
Oh, but also I was going to say Noah Taylor's in it too. The Aussie actor.
Yes. And another Game of Thrones actor is I can never remember his name. I do apologize. The villain in the first one.
Yeah. And then and also John Voight, Angelina's dad. But like, while the movie was cheesy, I didn't mind the Cradle of Life, but then that kind of...
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Cradle of Life.
No, but and I hadn't even seen the other movie. So I am looking forward to this new reboot or reimagining or retake or re.
Cool.
So, Riri with Sophie.
Nice.
Bring it on.
Cool. Well, that is the pretty much the news about Tomb Raider, a new series coming from Amazon Prime. Please, again, put us in the comments what you think about this news about and the new image they're showing of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft and what you think about it. Are you excited for the show? Are you not excited? What's your history in the characters? Let us know in the comments below.
Cool. What else is there, Reece?
So last thing, one of my last ones I would have want to touch on. This one kind of hits a little bit with me, not more personally, because how much I'm a fan of the franchise that I am. I've said this once or twice at the throughout this series, and the fact that this is my title card when I sign off every single episode should tell anyone what I'm going to be talking about. It's Star Wars, and the fact that with
I
news,
thought you were talking about the adventures of Luke Starkiller.
no, I'll come to that next
Okay.
time. So this is pretty much in the news that broke towards the beginning of the end of last week that Kathleen Kennedy is out. She's officially
Step down, yeah.
stepped down as president of Lucasfilm, and she has she gave her recommendations to Big Bog Iger, and they listened to her, and they have passed on the baton. And it's going to be this Disney the Lucasfilm is going to be run by Chief Creative Officer and now co-CEO Dave Filoni, and
who's already part of Mandalorian.
Yep. And the co-CEO alongside him is business for the business side is Lin-Wen Brennan, who's a who's been pretty much been a Lucasfilm executive for quite a while. Lucasfilm executive vice president and general manager after 16 years. She was at ILM for quite a while.
Imagine that if they pass on the torch back to George Lucas, and he goes, "Ha, I'm back now."
Now, even though I love George Lucas, and I always be indebted for him. We're in a new era. We need to be.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, this is the big news coming out of Entertainment. The fact that Luke, pretty much Kennedy is out. She's returning. She's not out of the business. She's returning to producing, and pretty much Dave Filoni, Lin-Wen Brennan are the new Lucasfilm presidents, and going on from there. So she would Kathleen Kennedy will continue as a producer of the studio's next two theatrical films, which would be The Mandalorian and Grogu, being released in May this year, and then Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter, which is released May of next year, and then she'll be choosing other producing products independently from there. So yeah, so you've got Dave Filoni and Lin-Wen Brennan. Now, I am a fan of.
Can you imagine going to? Sorry to just picture this
while
I interrupt you. Imagine going to Kathleen Kennedy's place, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine opening up the door and then what our house would be decked out as? Like just Star Wars all over the place.
Or Willow, or Indiana Jones, or anything that she's done with Steven Spielberg. Like, she's not just Lucasfilm. There's a reason why Spielberg has said that she's the best producer in the business. She's worked on so many films with Spielberg. Like, she did Jurassic Park with him. Pretty sure she did Jaws with him too.
Yeah.
Like,
but can you just imagine that it would be like a paradise?
Yeah.
Just decked floor to ceiling of everything what you've just listed.
Yeah.
So she's going, I'm going to step down and play with my toys.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I have I'm optimistic of this news. I think that we're in the third era of Lucasfilm and Star Wars. Like, we had the George Lucas era, and then we had the Kathleen Kennedy era, and now we've got the Filoni and Brennan era. Now, I am a fan of what Filoni has brought. I don't think he's proven himself to be a fantastic live action director yet. He's fantastic at animation, which is where he cut his teeth, and that's where he was George Lucas's Padawan. He was very much being groomed for that, and he brought a lot of the great animation to us. He gave us Clone Wars, he gave us Rebels, he gave us Bad Batch and things like that. So he's fantastic at animation, but he hasn't really proven himself to be a live action director yet. And even though I like the character as much as anybody else would within the zeitgeist, I think I do agree that he has a bit too much of an obsession with the Ahsoka character. It needs to let it go for a bit. And so I think he needs to prove himself. And the fact that he knows that of himself, the fact that he said that I don't know everything, I want to learn. And which is why I don't hold a lot of ill will against Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, that she is. I'm kind of glad that she's gone because a lot of she hasn't provided a lot of great. Pretty much, she hasn't done really great when it comes to being a studio head with the amount of projects that she's announced and then scrapped because she can't get on the same wavelength with her creative team. Because the whole idea of a studio head is that you you find creative people, you give them a task and you let them go to give them the vision. You don't constantly, if you don't know what their vision is going to be, you shouldn't be announcing anything. And the fact that we've gotten so many projects that we haven't really gotten, and the fact that the first movie we're getting in like 7 or 8 years is going to be a continuation of a series, and the first original film is not going to be for 8 years after the last one, which is the last film within the Star Wars saga, was so badly panned. Even though it did well at the box office, it wasn't perceived very well. So I I'm looking forward to seeing what the future is going to be. I hope they push it forward. Like I love the Skywalker saga. I've always have. I love the original trilogy, but we need to get out of that era. Like we need to get
Yeah.
out of the old Republic, out of the Republic era and the New Republic era, and kind of push the thing forward, which is what I'm liking about the idea of Sean Levy's Starfighter is that the fact that it's set a few years after the events of Rise of Skywalker, where we're pushing the story forward and it's brand new characters and new places we haven't been
So many
before.
years after the Battle of Yavin, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where Sean Levy's goes and just to see what Brennan and Filoni give and do with this new title. So what is your what do you think about Kathleen Kennedy as producer, and how do you think she went as a studio head, and what do you think about this news about the successes of her?
I think that they had a lot of pressure on her. She did exceptionally well for carrying a very sensitive franchise. Like, there's haters are going to hate no matter what. And I think it's never going to be perfect. So you're always going to have your flops, no matter what. But it's always a learning curve with those flops. So because everyone holds like Star Wars is held so much high on this pedestal, right? Like the ultimate sci-fi space opera. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's got lore, it's got legacy, it's got a rich heritage. I think she did a fantastic job carrying it into the modern era, and now that with the streaming service for Disney Plus, and they're just doing all the things. They threw too much at it, hence the reason why the Acolyte is a prime example. Not everything's going to be perfect, but it's just opening up for so much more. So bring it.
Yeah, like
She did. She did
I
a great
don't
job.
blame her for a lot of things. Like as I said, the idea of like she hasn't been the most successful studio head, and she hasn't done very much a great job in her tenure. But I don't blame all on her.
No,
Like
but it's under her watch,
yeah,
which is what you're pointing out to.
she is the CEO of the studio, so she has to realize what she's doing and where her franchise is her place
Hey,
is
to
going.
make a delicious omelet, you got to have a crack a few eggs, and that's
Yeah,
what she did.
it's just like that's where I like the fact of what James Gunn's doing over at DC is that the fact that he's always said from the beginning now that he's not going to announce a movie until he's got a locked script.
Mhm.
So I like that the fact that he's not going to announce anything until they pretty much got a script ready and they're about to go into
Yeah, well,
greenlighting it.
he's learnt from what
Feige.
Disney, yeah, what Marvel, Disney really would stumble over.
Yeah, yeah,
Hence why it's like all the stuff with Blade. There's all the,
yeah,
you know, the fact that they changed Obi-Wan from a movie to a 6-part series,
yeah.
and etc.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
I yes, saying I don't think she's still one of the greatest producers, and that would never be taken away from her. She's fantastic at a producing job. She's just maybe dropped the ball quite a bit when it comes to being a studio head, and I'm intrigued to see what Filoni and Brennan does. And I just hope that they can probably give us something brand new. They can give us something that's not s- s- focus so much on memory berries. Like we don't
yep.
always need to see everything. Like I'm still intrigued to see Ahsoka season 2, which has already been filmed and in the can. It's coming out. I don't think it's coming out this year actually. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just in all the best for her continuing on her producing career, but just bring on this new era and bring that on. So again, that is our third topic here. Please let us know in the comments what you think about Kathleen Kennedy's exit and what you think about Filoni and Brennan taking over and what's your aspirations about the future of Lucasfilm and Star Wars in general. Let's hope
Thank
they
you.
don't. Let's hope they don't. Well, technically, Indiana Jones and Willow are under Lucasfilm, so I don't know if they're going to do anything with those IPs because they kind of ruined them with Dial of Destiny for Indiana Jones and Willow's TV series. I actually didn't think that TV series was that bad, but
I
everyone
liked it.
hated it.
I liked the Dial of Destiny.
Movies are subjective.
Yes. All right. That's the end of honorable mentions.
Someone's really trying to move the things on. Alrighty then.
All right. Time for a review. Reece, please dish out what you've got.
Yeah, so a new film dropped on Netflix over the last week or two, which is a rom-com based off a book, and I was intrigued with the marketing with the trailers. Yes, Netflix is notorious for not marketing their films, so if you don't know what this how this film came about, you are forgiven because Netflix, as always, do not care about your feelings. They do not care about marketing their films so people can go to their streaming service and watch things. But I digress. I am talking about a brand new film called People We Meet on Vacation. Now, this film is starring Tom Blythe, who I last saw in the Hunger Games prequel. I think it's Songbirds and Snakes or something like that. He played a very young Donald Sutherland character. And then we have the actress playing alongside him, Emily Beta, playing Poppy. Ah, what a beautiful name of Poppy. Why do I love that name so much?
Is that because? Yeah, never mind.
And yeah, I love Poppy. I love Poppy. Um, yeah, so I when you go into a rom com and you got the premise of this film, which is you've got these good thing about having Letterboxd is I can tell you the synopsis, which was as of Letterboxd. So Poppy's free spirit, Alex loves a plan. After years of summer vacations, these polar opposite pals wonder if they could be a perfect romantic match. Very stereotypical, nothing original. It can
Very,
be
very cliche.
very
Yeah.
cliche. It can be very predictable. But when it comes to these sort of films, there's only so much variety you can give them. So you know you're going into these romantic films with predictability, very much cliches and things like that. But it all comes down to execution, how they direct the narrative of the situations that you put the characters into, and if you get two leads that have great chemistry together and you believe them. And I can honestly say they succeed on all fronts. I enjoyed this film. For once, this is one of the films, like I said, Netflix releases over, I don't know, 1,000 films, and only maybe 5 of them are good. This one it's a good one. I quite enjoyed it. Me and my wife sat down and watched this on the weekend, and we both enjoyed it. Like I said, very simple story. It's simple. It is very predictable, but you get behind the characters, you feel for them, you understand them. They are relatable. A lot of the situations they don't put them in over extravagant, well, not extravagant, but over exorbitant scenarios, which is not really believable and too
But
far fetched.
isn't that what a Netflix movie is, really?
Some of them, yeah. And the fact that I think they from what I understand, they adapted it well from the source material of the book. I think they did it very well. So I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. They actually did have some great comedic moments throughout it. I felt like I understood the characters. I felt like there's people the people who played the two titular characters, those two main characters. I felt like I knew a couple of people who were like that, which is relatable, which is get that relatability in that. So these the friendship of the characters you can also really get behind, but it also gives you that trope, which I think my wife laughed about it, saying that again, another film showing that men and females can't be friends because you've got these two who are end up being best friends and then they're falling in love and realizing they want to be with each other and falling in love with each other. It's like they're pretty much showcasing that, but it's like it is. You know what you're going into when you get into this kind of film. So you want the romantic comedy side of things. Yes, you get that. The execution and the portrayal of the characters are believable. You get that. Do they give you a sense of romance and scenes where you just get sucked in and just your heart just flutters? Yes. Do you get some moments with a tiny bit of erotic when it comes to being romantic and those kind of things? There's one or two scenes of that as well, and this it hits all the bases that you want in a romantic kind of style of a film, and I think it does it very, very well. I wouldn't say it's okay 5 out of 5 film. I gave it 4 stars on my letterbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things like it's really hard for me to give a film 5 stars. I have to literally have an amazing experience walking out of a film. Did you give it 5 stars? And I can't really put too much onto why I dropped it a star. It's just that I think it just comes down to the fact that it's a run of the mill story. It's nothing too original. The ending is predictable, but you fall in love with the characters and you just want to see them get together and that kind of stuff. So you enjoy it in that point. And the conclusion of within their love is very organic, which is what we love to see. So I wouldn't go too much into this as well, but I enjoyed the film. So if you're wanting to have a nice, easy film to watch on the weekend, cuddle up with your loved one, get some popcorn, get some Maltesers, get some M&Ms, and just cuddle up on the couch and watch a nice romantic film, I would recommend watching People We Met on Vacation. It will give you a bit of a laugh. It will give you some romantic points. And the message of the film, which is encapsulated in the last couple of lines of the film, is very true and heartwarming. I'm not going to give that away because I think it should be experienced. So I know going into this film, I know you probably never heard of this film, you don't know anything about it and all that kind of stuff, Matt. But I want to know when it comes to this genre of films, do you venture into this genre very often or do you kind of stay away from them?
Well, going by my experience in the past, I don't go into it solo, and it has to be with
A significant other.
yes, which I don't have right now. So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't make any effort.
Okay,
but
so
but if
you're
anything,
happy.
if it wins me brownie points, if I had a partner, then yes.
Okay, so from what I understand, you wouldn't willingly sit down by yourself and watch a film like this, but you're always open to watching with a partner if they want to watch it.
Yeah. Honestly, the closest
Stereotypical.
thing that the closest thing I would get to for a romantic movie would be High Fidelity. So
Never heard of it.
that's the John Cusack one
Ah,
with where he owns a record store, but that's from the year 2000. So
okay,
yeah, and it's got Jack Black in it too,
okay.
and Lisa Bonet, and
Maybe I can introduce you some rom
no,
coms. No,
no,
okay,
no,
all
no.
right.
Well, if
Widen your
any,
range, mate.
oh, it's a struggle because I fall asleep. I really do. I zone out because I find rom coms so cliche and stereotypical and boring. It's like, cool. Oh, look at that. He's about to propose. And then suddenly his head blows up. And I'll be like, yay, you won me over.
Oh, so you're very, in essence of the way, very stereotypical male when it comes to rom coms. You only will watch them if your
Mate,
partner wants to
this
watch
is
them.
why it's called Reese's Reviews. It's you are the
Oh,
cinephile.
yeah, but it also comes. It is my geek culture as well, so you have to take your 2 cents in
Yeah,
there too.
I know.
So that is my review on the People We Met on Vacation. I gave it a good thumbs up. It's actually a film I could rewatch again in the next 12 months and just enjoy it. And so
What would you give it out of 5 again?
4 stars. Gave it
Cool.
4. So I would watch that. It was a weekend of rom coms for me. Like my wife and I recently sat down and watched another Netflix film, which I quite enjoyed as well. When I first rewatched this film, I gave it I think I gave it 3 stars or 3.5 stars. But then I rewatched it and I'm going, I like when you have to revisit films where you had one interpretation of the film when you first watched it, and then you rewatch it and you're going, why did I think that? Like, this movie's good. Why did I enjoy it? And that film was Holiday in the Wild with Christy Davis, I think her name is, from Sex and the City, and Rob Lowe. And it's all set in Africa and at an elephant orphanage. So I just fell in love with that. And I think if you watch that film on Netflix, if you don't walk out of that film like absolutely loving elephants, you don't have a heart. Like, you're heartless if you walk out of it and your heart doesn't swoon looking at those elephants and the wildlife of that place. It's absolutely incredible. So if you're wanting to have a nice fun time and not doing the chill side, but Netflix and chill out at home and watching some nice romantic and easy watching films, I would recommend People We Met on Vacation and give Holiday in the Wild a go. Maybe give that a go.
Cool. Thank you, Reece. All right, well, that wraps up this episode of Reece's Reviews. Mate, thanks for coming up with the goods.
No worries, anytime.
Plenty of stuff to think over, and and you're, at the time of this recording, you're about to venture off soon too, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and maybe you'll try and squeeze in a movie or so. Perhaps.
Oh, maybe. Not where I'm going, but I would try and get some recordings for our audiences so they're not left
No, you don't
alone.
have to. It's just saying if there's a bit of a quiet moment, it's because Reece is out of action, just
back in
for
action.
good reasons.
Looney Tunes, back in action.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. Stay subscribed, share the love, and love to hear any feedback. info@mygeekculture.com.au. So this has been Reece's Reviews, and this has been Matt. Reece, that's been you.
Hell yeah,
Thank you
it
for
is.
listening. This is for mygeekculture.com.au, produced by Matt Fulton Productions, mattfulton.com.au.
Have a fantastic weekend, evening, as always, my friends. Be kind to yourselves, be fantastic, and as always, may the Force be with you.
May the shorts be with you.
Ka-ching!